So in this video, we're going to continue looking at batting and go a little bit more in depth and highlight and write down what constitutes a strike, what constitutes a no ball or just a ball. So as a coach, the first thing I'm going to write down that constitutes a strike is a swing and a miss. So regardless of where the ball goes, so if you watched our previous video on the strike zone, you'll know the strike zone is somewhere around here over home plate, okay? If the ball, well, it doesn't matter where it goes. If you swing and you miss, it's a strike. The umpire breathes a sigh of relief because they don't have to judge whether it went through the strike zone or not. If you swing and a miss, it's a strike. If it's a good ball, I'm happy as a coach. If it's a terrible ball and it would have been a no ball, I get a little bit annoyed. So, good recognition of balls is a great skill to have. So that constitutes a strike. You also get a strike if you do not swing, but it goes through the strike zone. So as we've seen where the strike zone is, if you don't swing the ball, swing the bat, but the ball travels above 6 feet through the strike zone, and the umpire will call strike. Now, what you might find is that most experienced batters might take the first pitch. So lots of people might just stand there and not even think about swinging, and they will take that first pitch. So they're making sure that the pitcher can actually throw the ball, and they might get some timing as well. So the pitcher's there, catches here. So you might take your first strike as a no swing. So a swing and a miss is a strike. If you don't swing and it goes through the strike zone, it's a strike. If you hit the ball and it lands in foul territory, foul, it is a strike. If you hit the ball and it lands dead, it's a strike. Now, if you've watched baseball or fast pitch softball, you'll know that if it lands foul or it lands dead, you won't be out on a third strike. However, in slow pitch, if it lands foul or dead, if that is your third strike, then you are out. So if your time at the plate with the bat in your hand and you get to 3 strikes, you are out and you have to turn around and head back to the sidelines. However, if the ball doesn't travel over the strike zone, so no swing, okay, if you do not swing, okay, and it doesn't travel through the strike zone, okay, then it's a ball. Also, if the ball does not go above 6 feet, okay, you will hear the umpire say illegal. So during the pitch itself, before the ball even gets to you, the umpire will stick their arm out to the side, not that you can see it as a batter, but they will stick their arm out to the side and they will call illegal. At that point there, do not swing your bat, because if you do and you miss, it's a strike. If it's an illegal pitch, they'll call illegal. It hasn't gone above 6 feet, or it has gone above 12 feet, which is unlikely. Okay, so if it's a flat pitch, it doesn't go above 6 feet, the umpire will call illegal, and that will count as a ball. That is the only time that it will be called a ball. If you get 4 balls before you get 3 strikes, you will get a walk. And as we see in the previous video, ladies will go to first base and men will go to second base on their walk. And if that pushes runners round, as we'll have a look on our base running videos later on, then all the runners will move round and be forced round. One thing that you probably hear as you're batting, or you might hear the term, is the count. And the count is something that will keep you appraised of how many strikes and how many balls you have against you. And the count will be balls to strikes. So a count of 2 and 1, or written as 2-1, is basically 2 balls and 1 strike. Now, in the league that you'll play with, generally the umpires won't say 2 and 1. They might say 2 balls and 1 strike. They will just say the words balls and strikes. So, if the first ball is a no ball, first pitch is a no ball, the count will move to 1 ball and no strikes. If the next ball is a strike, regardless of which way you can get a strike, then the count will go to 1 ball and 1 strike. If you then get another ball, the count will go to 2 and 1, 2 balls and 1 strike. If you then get another ball, it's 3 balls and 1 strike. And in this case, this is what's considered to be a good hitter's count, okay? The pressure is on the pitcher here because 1 more ball and you get a walk. So as a batter, you are considered to be ahead in the count. So if the next pitch is a strike, you move to 3 balls and 2 strikes. And at this point, you might hear the phrase full count. Hopefully you can understand why that's called a full count, because I can't have any more balls without getting a walk. I can't get any more strikes without being out. So this is considered to be a full count. So the next pitch that I face, something is definitely going to happen. It's either going to be a ball and I get a walk. It's either going to be a strike and I get out, or, and hopefully, at any point in this count, rather than being a strike or a ball, I've hit the ball and it's landed fair. Okay, so there's only 4 things that can happen in my time at the plate. I can have a strike, I can get a ball, I can get a hit and it lands and I have to run, or I can hit it and I can be caught. There's only 4 things. We'll move on to what happens if I make contact with the ball in the next video. But to finish this one, you will hear the phrase, it's really generally only used in softball, but you'll hear the phrase good eye or good eyes. And generally that's used for if you take a ball, and it means well judged. So as a batter, you will get better. The more time you spend batting and practicing, you'll get better at judging as soon as the pitcher lets go, whether it's going to go through the strike zone or whether you should leave it alone and it'll become a ball.